Right, what's up, sports fans? Sniper Sports. We're back with another segment, live from the 808. We shoot you straight. I'm Joey. With me, as always, Steven.
What's going on, everybody?
Man, huge news is what's going on. And as got my Laker jersey on today, folks, as Laker fans. Huge trade. You heard it. Luka Doncic traded for Anthony Davis. I was shocked,
Wow.
as I'm sure all you were when you heard this trade. But man, there's just so much to unpack on this move. It really came out of nowhere. It surprised me. But the longer I thought about it, I like this move. I like this move going forward. Luka's a top five player in the NBA. He's just 25 years old. Led his team to the finals last year. Of course, they came up short against a very polished and loaded Boston Celtics squad. But that doesn't take anything away from him and his game and where he's at. LeBron is obviously, probably already got one foot out. He's been great. And I appreciate what AD has done as a Laker. Let's not forget he did bring us the championship. We traded our young pieces for him, but he did his thing. But hey, let's talk about it. Luka Doncic is a Laker. I'm really shocked. Dallas made him available and they pushed the button, and here we are. We're looking at a new era for Lakers.
Definitely. First and foremost, I agree with you. Like, thank you to Anthony Davis and all he did, brought us a chip, made us relevant again for the
Yes.
time that he was in being a Laker. But I'm kind of happy with this. I've said this all along. I've kind of wanted AD gone. I just never thought that he was the guy. I am technically sad to see him go, but man, we got Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? I mean, never would I thought that we would have Luka or someone of this caliber in a Lakers uniform. I mean, it's just wow. Like, it's just so shocking. I think as everyone else is, I'm happy we have our star for the next. I'm hoping for the next 10 to 12 years.
Absolutely.
He's a young man at 25 years old, so um, I'm
like
not expecting anything great this year. I think it's going to be a process of what the team needs to do and what Rob needs to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls some trigger on some other things. But as right now, being a Laker fan, I couldn't be happier. I can't wait for me to get a 77 jersey. It's like a Joey over here wearing a Laker jersey.
Hey, I'm gonna be doing the same, Steven. I'm gonna be rocking that double seventh for the Los Angeles Lakers, man. I agree too. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We like to be realistic and chop up and dissect what happened. This doesn't mean we're going to win the championship this year. It obviously, let's get to the glaring question. Anthony Davis leaving, it leaves a huge void defensively for our squad. But I would argue that filling those pieces are much easier than having a
Trying to find a
star.
star.
Trying to find a star, trying to have the centerpiece, right? And that's Luca. I like who we're handing the keys off to, for the next at least 10, maybe dozen years. Like I said, he's only 25 years old. LeBron's on his way out. So I like what they're doing. And I think it'll be much easier to get those defensive pieces we need to help fill that void of, Anthony Davis. As Steven said, I love what he's done, helped us win the chip. But I think they made this move and the trade at the right time. You know what I mean? This might be right. Anthony Davis, is he 30 or 31, or right around there? Not to say he's declining or anything, but you traded him at the right time before he declines a little bit, where he does have the value, where you can pull a Luka Doncic and really take care of his franchise for years to come.
I totally agree with you. Total sentiments. I think now that we've got that out the way, we're both happy with the Lakers and everything else. I think it's as basketball fans, what do you think happened with the Mavericks?
Yeah, you know what? You read my mind. What happened to make them move off a 25-year-old walking triple double?
They were finals last year, seemed pretty dominant in the playoffs. You had a Klay Thompson this year.
Right.
I mean, right now they're not looking so good. Good. I think they're ninth in the West, but
right now Luka's missed a lot of games. He's missed, I think, 22 games this season, so he's been out quite a bit with injury. But you're right. They added Klay Thompson. They have pieces. It just kind of makes me scratch my head why they wanted to move off of him. Maybe they thought I don't. And Jason Kidd didn't know anything about this. I hear.
Yep.
He was just told after it happened. So we can't say that the coach wanted to move on from Luka. But I'm not sure what it is, Steven. I don't know. But all I can say is, as a basketball fan and looking at Dallas and their squad, you're not in a bad position. You still have Anthony Davis. over there to pair with Kyrie Irving, Clay Thompson. When they double team, AD, Clay's going to be open in the corner. I'm sure this is going to bring more shot attempts for Kyrie. I'm sure it's going to help Anthony Davis. He likes to play the four and not the center. You got those young guys, Lively and Gafford over there in Dallas. One of those guys can play the five, and you can have Anthony at the four. So if I'm a Maverick fan, yeah, I'm a little hurt that Luca's gone because he's such a likable guy. He was beloved there in Dallas. But you're not, to get AT, it's not a bad consolation prize, right? Am I right? I mean,
Definitely.
this
Uh,
still makes Dallas a reputable squad.
Definitely. I agree with you. I think it puts a lot more pressure on AD.
Yeah.
This is what he wanted from the get go. He wanted to play the more of the four spot. He didn't like the center position. He likes to concentrate more on defense. As we talked about in the press conference, the GM really wanted to focus more on defense. He feels that's what wins championships. But back to the question I asked at hand about the Mavericks,
Yeah.
I think it stems from all the way from last year. We talked about it last year during the finals. Actually, during the Minnesota one, after they won the game, you saw Michael Finley just grab a beer out of Luca's hand.
Right. I remember
I
that.
just think that once Mark Cuban sold a lot of the team, I just don't think Luca and Dallas ownership did not like each other. I think that you saw him miss a lot of games this year. One thing I thought that was pretty interesting was he was inactive, then all of a sudden he gets traded, and now he's active again. Um, there's a lot of rumors going around where this is his conditioning, and no one knew about it. But yet the GM said he's been talking for about 3 weeks with the Lakers, with Rob Pelinka at
Wow.
least.
I wasn't aware of all that.
So it just seems like there's a bad taste in the mouth of the Dallas's new ownership.
Right.
Again, Luka is going to be up for a super max for another year, where you could be making like $63 million plus a year. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money taken under your salary cap. So I don't know if they want to pay that.
Right. That could have had a
It's
lot to
just
do with the final decision.
exactly. It just seemed that just a bad. It just seemed like we traded off. The new person came in, and I don't like what they did with the
Absolutely.
trade. So
It
it's
caught us
just
off guard, right? Like Luca is kind of like, you remember you going to high school and the prettiest girl in your school, she's had a boyfriend forever the whole year, and then the next year she's single. It's like, what? What? Yo, man, all the alpha males are like, man, we got 1 week to get our stuff down and move. So I mean, when Luca became available, I think they were like, what? We gotta make this deal work. And they were just willing to give Anthony Davis up and even a young Max Christie, you know, who's not great but good and
hmm
trending in the right direction. Young, tall, can shoot, defend. But hey, to get Luca, I'm not mad at it. I don't know how this is going to work. Would be the next question, Steven.
yeah,
Obviously, Luca and LeBron are very ball dominant, but as I mentioned, LeBron, this is probably his last year. Maybe he plays one more. Who knows? But like I said, I like who we're handing the keys off to for the franchise. And I would argue that you can bring in some pieces to kind of fill those gaps for the lack of defense with AD being in Dallas.
definitely. I think that's the biggest trade so far. We want to talk about that other trade in Sacramento with
Yeah,
Darren
we can
Fox.
mention it. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox got his wish. It was no secret that he wanted out of Sacramento. Didn't like the way that organization was going. He's traded to San Antonio. I like him paired with a young Victor Wembanyama, of course.
hmm
So that could be interesting for years to come. We go on the other side, Sacramento. They got Zach Levine from Chicago. Now I know he's a nice player and he puts up numbers, but I'm not so sure Zach Levine's the type of player that puts you over the hump as far as winning, right? The
Yep.
Bulls haven't done anything in a while. I know Levine and DeMar DeRozan played together for a few years there in Chicago. But still, did they really win anything? I don't know if I like this move, Steven. I kind of feel as if Sacramento has too much of the same player. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't.
But I
Yeah,
do like Fox to San Antonio. I think that's a better fit.
that one is still a shocker for me because I feel San Antonio and Sacramento are kind of like the same market in a sense where
Mm,
you're gonna get some star power, but not that much.
right.
It, it just seemed like they just kind of gave Darren Fox like what he wanted. Hey, you're out of Sacramento, cool. Here we're gonna put you in another place that's just like San Antonio. Like I'm not trying to hate on San Antonio, but
Another small market team.
exactly. Here you go. We're gonna put you, with this young team, which is cool. With Sacramento, I don't know what they're doing. They just seem to move it in the wrong direction. I don't think De'Aaron Fox was your problem. Maybe it was when you fired Mike Brown, and
Yeah, I
that
don't
just
like when
isn't.
they got rid of
Yeah,
Mike Brown. I thought he did a wonderful job there.
yeah. It's just kind of like a domino effect of what um that team has been doing. But that's why Sacramento Kings are the Sacramento Kings. But
Yeah.
we'll see how that all goes. But I just thought that was another interesting trade. De'Aaron Fox out, bring Zach Levine in.
Right. Well, I'm not sure when Luca is predicted to play or when he's going to make his debut. I know he's been injured. I don't know if he's healthy or not yet.
He says it's on the active one for the Lakers.
Oh,
So I don't.
it'll be soon then.
Yeah, I don't. I
Might
don't
be
know.
into this week. But I think, like Steven said, there's probably more to the story as to why Dallas let Luca go or made him available. And I think some of that's going to come out, you know, throughout the week, and we should find out
I
there.
guarantee, and I can't wait.
But yeah, I'm just excited, man. We got that. We got double seven and lost. It's going to be showtime again, baby. Yep, it's going to
Definitely,
be nice.
I'm
So
excited for
hey,
it.
your thoughts are always welcome. We want to hear what you think. Did you like the trade? Did you not like the trade? What do the Lakers need to do to be relevant or go forward, or at least be competitive in the playoffs? Please let us know. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. As always, we appreciate you.
Till next time.
All right.